Hello, YouTube fans. How are you today? Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy, and I want to talk to you about this old girl again. But the reason why I wanted to explain to you about this old unit, this is a Toshiba stereo receiver SA/320 model from the 1960s to the 1970s, probably to the late 80s. I don't know when this was actually manufactured and put together. Now, this unit is so old. This is not digital, guys. Got news for you that. This is an old analog technology. Everything on this unit is so old and outdated of the newer type of technology we can buy today. But it still works. I don't need to replace it anytime soon. I really do love the look of it and the way it sounds as well. Now, I do listen to the radio. It does have the AM, the FM, the photo input, the auxiliary input, and the tape player input as well. That is really unique about this system. It's not a real model, but it's a good unit to actually listen to. And yes, most of it is really made well. This is made in Japan. Everything is high quality parts in this unit. Nothing has been replaced or been remodified inside the unit itself. Now, the only modification I have done to this unit is I did the top of my wood, the sides here. I took all the fake vinyl wood layer off and actually properly stained it. And the arm connection over here is my new antenna port for a BCN connection. Now, the biggest problem is you cannot use both antennas. You have to use one or the other. I have another antenna up here, and I want to show you on why you don't need to modify your older pieces of equipment. Now, there's a couple of adapters you can actually use for this older receiver. I have this adapter here, you guys can see. This is a Colex cable adapter. Goes to old school television, and it has these little crimp-on solder connection U-shaped things. I'm going to show you on how you can put it on this receiver. Now the front is facing me, the back is facing you, because I have to kind of adjust it and tune it and make sure I keep the volume down to a minimum for I can actually properly make sure everything works for you. Now, this black cable you guys see up here running across my wall, that is actually my main antenna for this system. I would like to get a nicer antenna, a outdoor antenna instead of an indoor antenna for this, because I live, again, in a brick house, and I got a lot of instructions of going on with the exception with the radio itself. Because I live in a square room, 4x4 ceiling, and a brick wall, and only one window, and the ceiling is up low, but it's a different way you can configure everything and how everything kind of works. But it is very nice old unit, and I'm very happy to have this old piece of technology and old piece of equipment. Now, of course, when this was probably new in those years, it probably would have been way expensive, like maybe 1,500 or whatever in those back thens of when I got this. Now, again, I'm not the one that bought it. My dad did. When he bought it years ago, back in those days, it probably was very expensive. This does not come with a remote control function to operate this unit, because it does have on the front bezel, a lot of knobs and buttons you gotta push, and you gotta be the remote itself to turn everything on. Let's go ahead and show you more about this guy. But listen, this little guy here is my favorite one adapter I used to use a long time ago with this unit. All you do is you screw in a coax connector right there, cable, coax cable. Put these two and you connect them to your FM or to your AM terminals, screw on post terminals right back here. Another thing on the back, it's very laid out very nicely. We got the input layout of everything. The input here is a phono in. I don't really use that. This does have a built-in amplifier. A max input for everything if you want an iPod or some type of a newer technology on your auto receiver. You can use that little guy though. And you can also use the ground to ground the whole entire chassis. It's made out of metal as well. Now this is where the tuner is. This tuner is where the antennas normally go. You typically use copper wire or one of these. And this, I really don't know a whole lot about this. I don't know what this little thing is on the back, but it was just there for a couple reasons. Now I do got a couple things plugged into the play and record. Play and record, this is that little thing back here. I don't know what that does yet. I still don't have that original plug. It connects to the back of this unit, but I do use this for my Bluetooth receiver, and I use a tape deck to record the radio stations, but not anything else. And we got A and B speakers, for I can connect up to 4 speakers. And we got the speaker fuse boxes right here. We got the main fuse right there. Got the main input and a plug in my brand new BCN connector. For this to actually properly work, when I hook this up, I got to disconnect this guy, this antenna piece though. I'll lay that though. Yeah, that's okay if it falls down. Yeah, not worry about it. Now we're going to take this, plug it directly into the back of the screw terminals on the back of the stereo or receiver or whatever you want to use. It's very complicated. You have to make sure you loosen all these screws up, and these will slide into place, and you just go ahead and fully tighten, hold and tighten the little screws down. And this is a very nice unit. I really like it. It's a nice unit, very old school, not new, but again, it's a very old school system. But the reason why I do enjoy older technology versus the newer technology we have today is you don't get good quality like you do with the older pieces of older technology themselves. And now we have this Philips bunny ear antenna. I'm just going to go ahead and use this for the main antenna. It's so simple to connect this, but you don't make this adapter anymore. That's the reason why I only have one left, because it's very hard to buy a new replacement adapter for this radio itself. But I really enjoy it. I really do. Now let's go ahead and pop back over here, and let's turn on and give a bit of a test and show you on how this all works. Now I'm going to turn it on to the top speakers on my block speakers right here, and that's going to be what plays my music with this style antenna. These antennas do adjust. You can pull out the rabbits here, and you can adjust these however you want to make sure you get a good signal. Typically, this is typically for a TV, but any antenna will work for radios. for FM radios. Hey guys, can see? Plays us fine, tunes very good, with a good antenna. Now, let's go ahead and unscrew this antenna, plug my main antenna back in, get rid of this so you guys can see, unplug that, and we're going to take my new modification, plug that back into that, and that is so simple I don't have to worry about screwing these in too much, and I don't have to roll out these connectors. That's where your antennas will go. And this is just the newer style antenna. Really love it. And I get the exact same results of playing the FM radio. And I do not listen to the AM because the AM station is not quite hooked up yet. I will eventually get into that. Eventually. Works just fine. Any type of antenna, any type of modification you want, you can do to your auto equipment, but do be careful if you're going to modify any type of auto pieces of equipment here, guys, because if you modify too much of your stuff, it may not be an antique anymore. But that's why I have not modified way too much. It's only 2 modifications I did. I did the staining and the antenna mod as well. I very enjoy that because I can use different style antennas without having to using this little screw-on cable connector and this connecting to the back of my stereo. Now, you cannot use 2 antennas. Okay, you can only use 1. That's it. That's how this works. Alright, if you are brand new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. So I want to know how you modified your older pieces of equipment to use different antennas. Please like, please share, peace out, bye. We'll see you in the next vlog. Thank you for watching and tuning in.